Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show, and welcome to an episode of an ink review. Today, we are looking at the TWSBI Mini in Grape. This is a beautiful little pen. I just love how small it is, and I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Oh my gosh, my heart is just overwhelmed with joy. And how many people have subscribed in the last 24 hours? 40 people subscribed in the last 24 hours. That's unbelievable. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed. It really means a lot to me. Alright, so let's get into this, shall we? Today we're doing but before we start the review, I want to share this with my friends. At this time, I would encourage you to share this with your friends so that they can come and hang out with us too. Hi Obs, how are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are in the world. I am starting a little early on accident. I meant to click away from the window, but instead I clicked the Go Live button, so we're just gonna roll with it. This will probably be about an hour-long video, so a little bit long, but if you use the number buttons underneath on your keyboard, you can skip 1 for 10%, 2 for 20%, 3 for 30%, and so on and so forth. After the video is over, of course. Okay, so we are all shared out to all of the social medias. Doing good. Yeah, just roll with it. Alright. Here we go. So, the pen that we have inked up today is the TWSBI Mini Grape. I'm going to try and keep things rolling. So, this is a really nice mini fountain pen. A quick look over. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, let's see, where are my guides? Alright, so the pen came in a box. Pen came in a box like this. Oh dear. Pen came in a box like this. Inside of a cardboard box with some really nice padding. If you guys have gotten a TWSBI 580 before, it's the same type of packaging. I'm going to open it like this. And then pen comes like this. And underneath the little bed here are your wrench and silicone for pen maintenance. And a pro tip, when you get your pen and you rinse it out, you may have to take your pen apart if you wash it with soap and water. So I would not recommend washing it with soap and water right away. Just rinse it out with plain water because if you do rinse it out with soap and water, then if you run the piston, it's gonna stick. So I have already had to disassemble my pen and re-silicone grease it. And that's kind of a pain. So just be aware that that is something that may happen to you. Okay, where is everyone? There we are. Alright, so do you like the TWSBI? I have several TWSBIs. We will look at them in just a little bit. Okay, so box came with instructions. For filling, fulfilling, came with silicone grease, came with a wrench, nice box, nice gift box. I have already sent the box with a nib in it to a pen friend, so I can't show that to you. Or did I? Alexa, stop. I don't know what I did with my box. Anyway, so it did come with instructions, a wrench, silicone grease, and filling instructions. Alright, so then... Alright, let's do the pen. Let's start with the cap. The cap has a dome-shaped plastic finial. Like, why can't I see anything? Oh yeah, with a red underlayer with the TWSBI logo inlaid into it, and it's domed and smooth. And then we have a metal band, and then we have the trim ring that holds the clip on, and then we have the clip, which is very nice and springy compared to some other clips out there. Doesn't have anything on the clip, just a really nice plain clip. And the cap gently increases to about here and then tapers off. And then we have the name band with the cap lower band with TWSBI on it, and then on the back, Mini Taiwan. I wish it would have said Mini AL, Mini whatever, but it didn't. Okay, then the the cap comes off, and ooh, that was like not even a whole twist. Okay, so let's see. 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 1 whole twist. Wow, that's pretty cool. 1 twist. Finial. Do you like the TWSBI? I bought one and the ink spilled everywhere. Oh dear. That's terrible. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Yeah, filling pens is quite the challenge. I do find that if you go to a place like Daiso, you can find these little pets in the toothbrush aisle, and they are great for holding pens, and they are also great for holding ink samples. Like, they are the perfect size for holding ink sample. Of course, if you have a bottle, I don't know what the TWSBI bottles look like. TWSBI bottle. The TWSBI bottles are diamond shaped. They shouldn't be too difficult to deal with. Let's see. TWSBI purple shopping ink. Oh, maybe you had the little bottle. I do have a little bottle. Wait. This is a TWSBI bottle. And I can understand because there's not very much room for maneuverability. If you were to happen to knock it over, it does. My friend has a Roshizuku Konpeki in this one. But, yeah. I can understand knocking a bottle over would suck. That would definitely suck. I wonder if... No, it doesn't. I'm going to have to see if Doug makes one. So, my friend Doug Rathman, his son, has a 3D printer, and he makes the Ink Buddy. They're Allied Armors on Etsy. And, he makes ink vial holders. This one, for example, is a diamine 30 ml bottle, and it's not going anywhere. Well, I mean, unless you hit it like I do, but little tiny taps are not gonna knock it over. Okay, moving right along. Clip, springy and usable. Finial, clip, pocketable. Let's see if this is pocketable. So I don't have a pocket on me, but I do have a shirt. And, oh, that slipped right on. Do you even see that? That slipped right on. Really nice. No problems. Totally pocketable. Alright, let's talk about... Oh, the cap. The cap has an inner liner to keep the nib wet, so that's nice. The threads are plastic on plastic, so you won't have to worry about metal grinding your plastic away. It has an O-ring. Oh, can I have some? It has an O-ring to keep it from drying out. So that's nice. And it also keeps you from over tightening it, because once you feel that little bit of resistance, it's like, oh, that's where it's gonna stop any second now, and then it stops. Okay. Move this up here. Actually, I'm gonna stay back here. Okay. Then we have the nib. This is the nib, and it has the TWSBI logo stamped in it, and it says TWSBI and a B for broad. It has an oval size, a round shaped breather hole, and some filigree on the shoulders right here. Nice chunk of tipping on the end, very nice and round. Here's a look at the plastic feed. Okay. Nib. Broad. Slit. circular breather hole. B for broad. All right, let's take a look at this nib. Is part of a nib assembly. I need my little Inca pet. Where are you? Here you are. So this is part of a nib assembly. The body unscrews from the grip section. And you can pull this apart for easy maintenance. Just screws right in there. And the nib and feed are friction fit. So what you do to take it out is you take your nib and you put it on top of a goulet. You put it on a goulet grip, wrap around, and then you give a good positive wiggle and a pull, and you should be able to take the nib and feed out. And you can see inside that it is keyed in one direction, so it can't go in any other way. Now be careful when you're taking out the fins that the feed, that you don't put your finger on the fins, but right on the very edge of this plastic swoop right here, because this has a lot more ability to be held onto than these little tiny fins. You can break them off very easily. And they're not like super important because they're mostly decoration, but they do hold ink from sliding off your nib and, you know, getting all over your page. So that's something to think about. This is a... Okay, so, nib... Plastic keyed feed. It is a piston, and as you see, it has a piston inside of the grip section to maneuver the ink into and out of a cartridge, out of a sample vial. So how this works is you take your empty pen, you push your push your barrel all the way down to the end, dip your nib into the section all the way right up to where the metal part is, and then retract the piston, and you should see inside of the piston pulling up the ink. And there's not a whole lot in there, so you might want to push it back down to get out all of the air and then pull it back up again. And then you should have a nice big full. And then what you want to do is you want to just twist the knob until you can see maybe 3 or 4 drops fall in, and then twist the pin so that the piston comes up. So that way when you're writing, that it doesn't get any ink left in that little tiny chamber right there, and then you bloop out onto your page. And also you might want to take the top of your nib and push it up against the side of the rim to get any excess off. I hope that made sense. Either that, or you can have some toilet paper, paper towel handy, And then you can just wipe it off good. Okay. Nib, feed, keyed, piston. Let's see, the grip section is made of metal. I believe it's made of aluminum, which is very nice. Also want to take a little towel to wipe off your grip section good. You don't want inky fingers. I mean, unless you do want inky fingers. I don't mind. I'm not in hospital anymore, so I don't have to worry about cleaning my hands extraordinarily well. Alright, so then the grip section I thought would be slippery, but it has this very nice, you can see the texture and you can feel it. It's like a very nice, hard, unslippery section. It does have this little tiny flare right at the end, so you can feel right where that lip is before your finger slips down into the grip, onto the feed section. So it makes a very nice, positive place for your fingers to go, and the threads are squared off so they are not sharp. And over that O-ring, you can barely even tell. So, grip section, metal, textured, threads, squared, non-obtrusive. That's very important. Alright, let's see. Grip section. Filling system. The filling system is a piston. Oh dear. I don't know how much ink it holds. Okay, the TWSBI Mini Grape holds 1.17 milliliters of ink. So that's 1 1/10 of a milliliter of ink. 1 2/10 of a milliliter. So 1 1/5 of a milliliter, I guess. Which might not seem like a whole lot of ink, but that is a lot of ink, if you ask me. I mean, it's going to take you a good chunk of time to go through that much ink. So 1.17 milliliters of ink. Then the body is faceted. You can see that it has like a diamond-shaped facet. The barrel SCET facet. I don't know how to spell. I'm not good at spelling. I never have been. It has a diamond-shaped facets. I don't know if you can see the light hitting it. It does have diamond-shaped facets. And then it's kind of an even shaped here. It does have another O-ring. And the cap screws to post to make it a full-size, full-length pen. Let me see. Mommy's busy. I can't answer you right now. So it does make it like if you have bigger hands than I do. I have itty bitty hands. My hands are not that big. Let me see if I can reach my without throwing everything on the floor. Okay, so my hands are very small. They barely reach 6 inches across. And like when I'm holding my pen, I have really small hands. No President Trump jokes. But for me, I never post my pens. And it fits perfect. I mean, this is what it looks like when I'm writing. You guys can see. It's perfect. I don't want anything too long. I don't want anything too wide. I don't want anything too fat or heavy. This is like it's perfect weight. O-ring screws to post. The balance with the posting is like right on the border. So if this were the nib and this were the end of the post, I would say that it's right about there. It's almost perfect. I can take away all my fingers and it just rests right on that finger. It's nearly a perfect pen. Feed, grip section, filling system, barrel, and okay. So then we have the piston knob, and there is about a quarter of a maybe a quarter of a rotation where nothing happens. So that's something that kind of annoys me sometimes when I have a pen. 1/4 slack. It has a lot of slack. That's like a good chunk of ability to turn a knob without engaging the piston. For example, I have one. My Noodler's Conrad only has that much wiggle room before engaging the piston. So it has only a little tiny bit of slack. I would never offend you by comparing you to the clown. Yes. Okay, so yeah, it does have a little bit of play in it, a little bit of slack. It does have a ring between the piston knob and the barrel, so that's interesting. And then it just has a regular domed finial. Very nice. Okay, what am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something. I always forget something. Did I mention that this is the TWSBI Mini Grape? TWSBI Mini AL Grape. AL. Name of the pen, measurement. Okay, let's do... I think that's really all I can say about the pen. Alright, let's do some weights and measurements. Okay, let's do measurements first. So this pen is 118.6 millimeters long. One 6.7 millimeters long. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's 118 millimeters. 118. 118.7. 118.7, not 116. 118.7 millimeters long. Let's see. The cap is 54.4 millimeters long. 54.4 millimeters long. And the pen is 108.3 millimeters long. Let's see. The pen is 108.3 millimeters long. Okay. The grip section goes from a minimum of 9.5 millimeters. 9.5 millimeters all the way up to 11.3 millimeters. 11.3 millimeters. So that's quite a chunk of difference between the bottom of the grip section and the barrel side of the grip section. So that's what those measurements look like. Okay. Oh, and the barrel is... That's not correct. The barrel is 12.3 millimeters. Uh-oh. Something is leaking. I have smudge on my table. Oh well. Okay, so that's what those things look like. The grip section is only about 13 millimeters long. 13 millimeters long. So it has quite a small grip section, but you can also put your fingers on the barrel and it makes it for a much more comfortable writing session. Okay, so now let's take a look at some weights and measurements. Weights. Let's see. Total weight. Okay, so if this is your standard, everyday, average nickel, should weigh approximately 5 grams. Very good. So, the total pen with ink is 23.8, minus 1 milliliter for ink. So, we're going to say about 22 grams. 22 grams. The cap is 9 grams. 9. And the barrel with ink is 14.7 grams. So 13 grams. Hi, Amy Alphabet. How are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? I hope you're having a nice day. Okay, so now let's do some comparisons. Let me just go through my checklist here and make sure that I haven't forgotten anything. Talk about the name of the pen, the parts and features, the measurements, the weights, the size comparison, the writing sample, what I like and don't like, box, packaging box, the pen, what's included, the pen, materials, cap, the finial, the clip liner, cap liner, nib. The nib material is stainless steel, so that's nice. It's a number 4 size nib. Number 4 size nib, which means it's 4 millimeters from shoulder to shoulder. The cap material, finial, clip, cap liner, material, tipping size, broad breather hole, shoulder size, feed, housing, materials, slit, channel, grip section material, threads size, barrel materials, threads, cartridge converter, piston, and finial, ink, the pen, name, writing sample, likes, don't likes. Okay, so let's do some comparison, shall we? I have a whole bucket of pens here so that we can take a look and see where this pen lies. Okay, so here we have our uh-oh. Why isn't it doing it? Stupid thing there. Okay, so here we have TWSBI Mini. This is 20 centimeters, and that would make this about 11 and almost 12 centimeters. Okay, almost 12 centimeters. So this is compared to a Noodler's triple tail, very large. This is a Noodler's Ahab, slightly larger. This is a Noodler's Conrad, a little bit smaller. Noodler's Nib Creeper. We're getting closer. This is a Conklin Rainbow Durograph. Let's look at another pocket pen. This is a Pilot Petite 1. It's actually larger than a Petite 1. This is a Pilot Vanishing Point. This is a Pilot Kakuno. This is a Pilot 78G Plus. This is a Pilot Prera. It's almost the same size as a Pilot Prera. I actually think that the Prera is larger than the TWSBI Mini. That's crazy. Pilot 912. Hongdian Rainbow Forest Fountain, Black Forest Fountain Pen. Hongdian N8 Fountain Pen. Jane Davenport Mermaid Incredible Fountain Pen. Okay, now we're gonna measure some TWSBIs, so I hope you're all ready. Okay, this is it next to a TWSBI Eco. Pen is way smaller than the Eco. Now this is the TWSBI Swipe. This is a TWSBI Go. And this is its big brother, or sister as it would, big sibling. This is a TWSBI Diamond 580 in Iris, which they both have purpley bands, which is the reason that I wanted the Grape to begin with. This is the Lamy Studio. This is a Lamy Safari. This is a Jinhao 599. This is a Lambatao 3059. This is a Wing Sung 3008. This is a Mahjong, Moonman or Mahjong T1. This is a Hongdian N17. I'm sorry, N1S. Sorry. N7S, N1S, N1S. Sorry. This is a Mahjong P136. This is a Leonardo Memento Magico in Emerald. Beautiful pen. One of my favorites. This is a Jinhao X750. This is a Jinhao 159. Aww. Hi, Shay Shay girl. How are you doing today? Alright, this is a literary desk pen. Oh, can't even see all of it on there. That's a very large pen. The opposite of what we're looking at today. Oops. No, trying to sneak away. I'm busy. Alright, this is a Pilot Parallel. Again, a very large pen. This is a Finial 902. This is a Jinhao 51A. This is a Waterman 12. This is a Wing Sung 3003. This is a Jinhao 992. This is a Canwright Desire. This is a Schneider Ray fountain pen. And last but not least, we're going to take a look at some mini pen. Oh, well, we'll take a look at those just last. I want to look at the mini fountain pens last. Okay, so this is a Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya. I just love how they're both purple. This is a Fountain Pen Revolution Jaipur. This is a Platinum Preppy. This is a Pilot Friction. Let's see what else. This is a Yurin 401. What else do I got over here that I can show you? This is a Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya version 1. This is a Kaigaloo 356. And last but not least, this is my vintage ring top pocket pen. Super cute. This is my Lambatau 3009 Space Pen. I love tiny pens. And last but not least, this is my Tache FF10T Oto Japan pocket pen. See, and if you post these pens, they make almost normal sized fountain pens. Can't get them on the damn screen there. How's that? So, super close in size. Except this one only accepts cartridges. Sad. Alright, well, that's all of the comparisons that I have so far. Where'd my paper go? Oh, here it is. Alright, let me do a writing sample so you guys can see. Oop. There, sorry about that. Alright, let's do a writing sample. Sorry for the jiggling. Does well with cursive. Okay, so then let's do a fast writing test. Alright, and last but not least, the Pierre Gustafson test. The world-famous Pierre Gustafson test. Alright, now we're going to do a tracking test to see if it can track a big flourish. It sure can. No skipping on any of those lines. That's pretty good engineering, if you ask me. Alright, let's talk about my likes and dislikes. Final thoughts. The likes. Likes. I like the color. I like how smooth it is. I like that it's a piston. I like that it posts, even though I don't post my pens. I like that it screws to post. I like that it comes with an extra fine, medium, broad 1.1 millimeter stubs. This happens to be a broad, but it kind of writes like a medium. I do like that you can change out the nibs. I like that it's easily disassemblable. Disassemblable. I don't even think that's a word, but I'm gonna say it's a word, so it's a word. Easily disassemblable, which means that you can easily take it apart. I like that it comes with silicone grease. And a wrench. Okay, what are my dislikes? It's $60. kind of expensive for a pen that's only this big. I mean, if it was like a pen like this big, I could understand. Or the 580 and the 580, yeah, the 580 Iris, I can understand that one being $60 or $70. But this one is so little. It's smaller than an Eco, and yet it costs almost double the price. The broad is a little thin. The broad is a little thin. That's really the only thing that I can think of right now that is a dislike. I like pretty much everything about this fountain pen, other than the price. I mean, if you're thinking thoughts about getting one of these, I give it 2 thumbs up. So, if you're thinking about getting one of these, I would get one. But get a nib size that you think that is going to be bigger than what you want. Because I know that the nib sizes are kind of all over the place right now. I have a TWSBI broad nib in my Go here. And we're going to do a hot swap. I'm going to put my broad nib on there. And I want you to see exactly how broad this nib is. You're going to be like, no way, bro. I did prime the feed just a little bit, so I can have some ink like right away. But you can definitely see that there is a difference between one broad to the next. So if you're thinking thoughts about getting a broad nib, just be aware that they do sometimes you might get a thin broad. And if that happens and you're absolutely dissatisfied with it, I highly encourage you to maybe do a dip test before you ink the pen and see if it is a broad enough line for you. Because me, I like my broads like 1.0 millimeter stub, but in the round sense. Like, this is a chunky broad. Chunky! But other than that, this is perfect. This is great for writing in my Hobonichi. I really enjoy how smooth it is. You guys will never be sad if you have a TWSBI broad nib, because they are just most excellent. Oops. So the feed is keyed. So what happens is you'll put it in and it won't go all the way in, but if you twist it, if I can have some focus, if you twist it just a little bit with the feed in it, you'll feel it go down. See, you'll feel it go bloop, and then you'll know that it's seated inside of the nib housing. And then you can put your nib on top and just kind of shove it in there. Make sure that it's lined up. You have a little nudge if it's off, just a little bit, and you're off to the races. Well, that's all that I think I've got about this pen. What did you guys think about today's review? Are you guys thinking thoughts about getting a TWSBI Grape? Do you have a TWSBI Grape? Let me know what you guys think about this pen in the comment section below. Anyway, does that look like a bell? I can't tell. Looks like a really shitty bell. Whatever. Ring the bell. Make sure it's set to all. Let's see. What does it even look like? No, that's not what I wanted. So when you ring it, there is all, personalize, none, or unsubscribe. Make sure that this one is ticked or highlighted, or however it is that they do their things. Anyway, now that I'm done rambling, does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns in the chat? If not, that's all I've got for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all. So when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. And I will be back very soon with another video. So take care until then. Okay, love you, bye. Have a great day.